the largest issue in the galaxy. Every issue in the galaxy from I didn't plan this intro
From
to
instincts to piss kinks.
yeah, good job. We did it.
Wait, I thought we said in an episode not that long ago that we don't kink shame.
Well, we do
Who said we
now.
were shaming?
True. Very
Well, you
true.
you, you called it an issue.
Well, there could be issues revolving around it. I didn't say it was
Yeah, it could
necessarily an
cause
issue.
issues. Yeah, but anyway, I am your host, Riley, the big guy, joined, of course, by Andrew, the little guy.
Hi everybody, it's Andrew. I
And
didn't just
today,
wake up.
no, definitely not at all. Did you not just make us wait 15 minutes as I fucking spammed your messages because you forgot about the show?
Definitely not. Nope.
And joining us is Demi, special guest.
Hey guys, Elliot Roger here.
Oh no, he's here, the supreme gentleman. We're not
Ooh.
worthy. Yeah, so funny story about how Demi came on the show. He tagged me on Twitter and said, "You should let me on the show," and I said, "Okay."
Okay, just
Yeah, I mean, it's a very great podcast. I just couldn't help but invite myself on the show.
Of course.
you just
And
forced your way into
we're
this.
glad to have you.
I'm glad to have you because I didn't plan on having an issue today.
It's really
well, you
my
need at
pleasure,
least
honestly.
one.
I know I need one, but I'll come up with it later.
Do you guys
at least
have issues?
I have mine.
Of course.
I came up with it 10 minutes ago, but I have mine.
Yeah, this is
I
our
came up with mine like 3 days ago.
Yeah, you see, me and Andrew are not the best at advanced planning.
We're not, yeah. Why do you think this podcast took 15 minutes to start before it's supposed to?
Also, I remember like way early on when I would sometimes bring in stats. Man, that was a different time.
Fuck, we used to do that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think I brought in stats in the first episode for the plane crashes issue. I brought in some stats for carpal tunnel, and I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, we got to figure out who won last week, which I have not checked. Although last time I checked, I would know who won, but I'm pretty sure we might have gotten more votes since then, because this episode actually performed quite well in terms of views. Which I was a little scared, because the first time I uploaded it, it got a lot of views, but the audio was broken, so I had to delete it and re-upload it, but thankfully it performed well as well.
It still performed well. You know, unlike how everything else that we ever try to do, this is what's performs quote-unquote well.
I'm sure Big Guy, Little Guy would be performing well if we actually did it.
Yeah, well, one of us has depression and the other one probably also does too.
I was about to say, one of us?
Anyone who would come close to this show or relate to it at all has depression.
You might not be wrong. You might actually be right on that. 100%.
Have we ever had anyone on this show that was not depressed?
Tomas?
Yeah, Tomas doesn't seem depressed. He seems like a nice, chipper young gentleman.
I don't know. But other than that, yeah, statistics show if you're on this show, you are depressed.
Tomas is the one anomaly.
At least we think.
The missing link.
Quick, someone make him depressed. Someone kill his mom.
Oh no! Don't send death threats to Tomas's mom. What the
Does he have a girlfriend?
This is satire.
Satire.
Hey, Tomas, your girlfriend, is she single?
Did you send that to Tomas?
No.
Okay. Alright, the results have not changed. Well, we actually got more than one vote this time. We got 2 votes.
Wow, that is certainly it's a lot more. That is 100% more votes.
So we actually have 2 winning issues today, because there was 1 vote for each separate issue.
And both of them are gonna be your issues.
No.
I know we had a guest, but
I only had 1 issue, and
I know.
Mine didn't win for once.
Oh my fucking God.
We're back to the usual trend because both of the guests won.
Son of a bitch!
Video games are bad now, and McDonald's customer service were the 2 winning issues.
I don't
That
even
sounds about
remember
right.
what my issue was
So
last week.
Noah and Victor won.
Good for them.
Hopefully they didn't vote for themselves, those sneaky sneaks.
Snack.
Those jive turkeys, as we said on the episode.
Snacks. Is that what you said while I was gone?
We said that. I think we said the phrase "jive turkey" like 8,000 times during that episode.
God, whoever listened to that episode must fucking hated themselves.
Fucking that episode was. You also
Chaos.
missed us making we also missed us making prank calls. Did you not listen to the episode?
No.
Yeah, we made a. No, that was actually the reason McDonald's customer service was an issue was because we fucking called.
You
We
called
called
McDonald's?
No, we called Burger King and we asked for McDonald's number and they gave it to us. And
Really?
then we called McDonald's and asked for Burger King's number and they told us to look it up ourselves.
Damn, I gotta make that an issue.
That's
Yeah.
just clear inferiority written in stone.
Exactly. One customer service is clearly superior to the other.
Yup.
But we got some issues to do, folks, and I think it's finally my turn to go first because I'm finally ready for it.
I don't think you've went first in forever. I genuinely can't tell you the last time.
It was
you went
last
first.
episode when you finally caught on to the fact that I was just telling you to go first every time.
I think I've caught on 100 times, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Why not?
Usually, I like doing these first. But usually, statistics show if you do your issue first, you don't win.
Statistic. Andrew's just gonna make up fake stats to make up for the fact we don't look up real ones anymore.
Are you telling me that this is wrong? Because I swear to God, everyone who's ever had a first issue, I haven't won.
But
every
anyway,
time.
My only issue. My issue is
My issue
sleep.
is that you can't fucking speak.
My issue is sleep.
Why do I feel like we've done this issue 3 times?
I checked the list. We have not done sleep.
I feel like we have done at least something that revolves around sleep at least.
We probably have done something similar, but
you definitely have.
The way I see it. No, we've done being tired, but this is not about. This is partly about being tired.
Are you kidding me?
See, it's the same time I did my 2 issues, Riely and my co-host. 2 completely different issues.
Demi, are you walking in here and criticizing my issue? Come on now.
Yes.
Rude.
Yes.
I need to start my own podcast because you guys are just incompetent.
Hey,
Damn,
I'm only incompetent because my host is incompetent.
Hey,
says the guy who
you.
shows up like 30 minutes late every time.
I had a math test today, okay?
You had a math test fucking 8 hours ago. Fuck you.
I had a math test today too, but I didn't do it.
That's one way to.
Yeah, no, mine's governed by the state, so I had to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, sleep. Sleep is such a huge issue to me because it's something that we as humans cannot escape it. It's something
I think sleep's pretty good.
It's something we're infinitely trapped in now. Yeah, it is good. It feels. I have an analogy here. So sleep is to every human being as drugs are to a drug addict.
I do not think that these 2 things are comparable. Because
they are comparable because it's something your body needs. It's something that feels good that your body needs because you've grown accustomed to doing it. And it's very inconvenient to your life because...
Well, the definition of drug that they gave me as a child was something your body needs to feel normal. And sleep matches that perfectly.
Exactly.
Okay, but have you ever heard of, like, rehab? Isn't that, like...
I mean...
Okay, Andrew, what is that? Moving on.
I'm pretty sure you can get rid of a drug addiction, but I don't think you can get rid of not going to sleep. Actually, no, never mind. Energy drinks.
Sleep has become an inconvenience in my life, because now that I have a job, I kind of got to do it more often, or else I don't perform well at my job. Which means I can no longer stay up for ungodly hours, because I have trained my body not to do that. So when it actually comes time for like a podcast night where I actually have to stay up for ungodly hours, it becomes very difficult. Especially not for this show as much because we do this at 8. So I'm kind of winding down, but I'm not quite like dead yet.
Oh, I'm completely dead already.
But when
maybe
it
you should
comes,
just quit podcasting.
No.
Demi, are you like a sleeper agent for someone? Are you a Kiwi Farmser?
No, of course not. I've literally never been on Kiwi Farms in my entire life.
What's a Kiwi farm?
Good. It's not a place to be. That's good. You two are both innocent young children. You have not been exposed to the hell of Kiwi Farms.
Hey Google.
Oh God.
If you don't can turn the
Yeah. No. Fuck your Google. It refuses.
turn the fuck on. Oh, you turned on when Riely messaged me, but you didn't.
I am the arbiter of the Google.
Hey Google, what's a Kiwi farm?
It's a farm where you grow kiwis.
According to Wikipedia, online, Kiwi Farms, formerly known as CWCKI Forums, is an American internet forum dedicated to the discussion of online figures and communities it deems locales.
That's not that bad.
The only time I heard of Kiwi Farms is from Chris Chan and that whole story.
You see, there was I don't know if you ever heard the whole controversy I had a while back, but there was about a day or two where the Dick Masterson Kiwi Farms forum became the Riely Kiwi Farms forum.
What?
I said some shit on a podcast about the Dick Show, and some people weren't happy about it.
What did you say?
I don't want to go into it.
Okay.
He was the better dick.
I'm the better Dick Masterson. Just put the wig on, and here we go.
Imagine if you got sued
by Dick Masterson.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm afraid we get sued by Maddox because of our shows.
On Maddox.
Because our shows does not at all have a similarity to another show in any way.
No,
Maddox had a podcast?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think that would be a good idea if he did a podcast.
Maddox. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Maddox. I wonder who we would get to co-host it.
Yeah, honestly, he would do better than you. With this type of this concept of
really?
Big issues.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like he'd do a really good job doing that.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd be issues.
The appeal of this show is the duo dynamic that me and Andrew share. Who could he find?
That we don't have.
Who could he find that would match such things?
I don't know. Perhaps he gets some crazy guy, somebody someone from Dr. Phil or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
We're very off topic.
Yeah, we'll have to send out an email to Maddox with that idea.
Hey Maddox, please don't sue us. Please, for the love of God, we are children. I don't know
you can just DM Maddox on Instagram and he always replies.
Does he really?
All right,
yeah.
Who the
Have
fuck
you
is
DM'd Maddox on Instagram? Don't DM Maddox. Do not bring attention.
Look, I had asked him. No, I replied to one of his stories. Okay, and he simply corrected me. That's the only interaction we had.
Wow.
You make a typo and this dude's just boom.
Me and Maddox my story with Maddox is actually very tragic because I'm the kind of guy to separate art from artist in all cases. Yeah. And I actually kind of enjoyed Best Debate. So that's Maddox's podcast that he didn't have.
His shit podcast that he didn't have.
Okay. Okay, I don't feel like looking for Maddox.
But I enjoyed that show, so I followed Maddox on Twitter, and we had a couple interactions. I'd send him stupid shit, and he liked it. I'm pretty sure I got a voicemail played on Best Debate as well. But then I got lumped in on a block he was doing on Dickheads. I think I got lumped in, and I was like, Maddox, why? I was nothing but nice to you.
He seems like the type of guy to betray somebody, though, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. He does seem like that kind of guy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But anyway, to get back to sleep.
Oh, I can go back to sleep?
No! God damn it! That's another reason why sleep is bad, because fucking Andrew's late to the podcast because of it.
I'm sorry, I have a sleep schedule based on, like, me
Your
if I
sleep
live
schedule
in...
sucks!
Yes, it does. Ask Alex. How bad is my sleep schedule?
Alright, let me pull up Alex LMAO on Twitter.
Lamau.
Oh lord.
I can't spell Lamau to save my life. Every time I try to spell Lamau, I always put the A first.
I'm actually about to tag Alex on Twitter and be like, how bad is Andrew's sleep schedule?
Go ahead, do it.
We'd better move on, honestly.
No, shut up.
Alright.
Whatever the fuck your name is. Who was the person that would always...
Demi. This is Demi.
This is going to turn
No, I
into
was thinking
the
of Grant.
largest dispute in the galaxy.
Uh-oh. We don't want that.
This is the ultimate showdown.
But sleep is something that your body needs. It takes away usually at least 6 to 8 hours of your 24-hour day.
Yeah, it takes up like a fourth to a third of your day, and like I need a fourth to a third of my day.
I can't be productive during that time. What am I supposed to do? If I was able to not sleep, I could get so many more things done.
Here's what you do: you sleepwalk, so you get exercise while you're sleeping.
Yo, big brain idea. Has Andrew cracked the code?
That means you get more free time, and you have time to do whatever the fuck you want to do. But you can also get exercise while you're sleeping. You might be tired when you wake up, but you're already tired when you wake up.
Jesus Christ, Andrew. But yeah, you know, when I don't get shit done, I'm always like, man, if only that 8-hour chunk of my day wasn't taken up by me having to fucking shut myself off for 8 hours.
Just fuck.
If only I could, Andrew. If only I could.
If only.
Yeah, sleep. I wish it was only for the weak, but it's for everyone, and that sucks. I hate it. I love it. It's beautiful, but I wish I didn't have to do it. Because
drink nonstop energy drinks.
You would die. You would die.
You don't need.
Fine.
You don't need a whole lot of sleep if you can have a whole lot of energy drinks, though. Like, I can get by off of 3 hours of sleep if I have, like, more than 2 5-hour energies, honestly.
But you see, I once drank 3 Venoms, and then I went to drink a 4th, and I was like, my heart is going to die if I do this. And then I gave it to somebody else.
Well, you're a weakling.
Well, you should have just tried dying. It would have been a fun thing to try.
I drank a fruit punch instead. I looked to my friend Julian, and I said, hey, can you buy me a fruit punch, and I'll give you this energy drink?
And he's just like, bet.
Yep. That's what happens. But,
Equal
yeah,
trade.
fuck sleep. Sleep sucks. That's it. That's my issue.
In the words of Jacksepticeye, sleeps for the weak.
But everyone's weak. Every puny human is weak.
Only
compared to me, of course.
Demi's the top specimen.
Well, no, Dip. His name's Demi.
Gentleman.
You know what goes before? You know what comes after Demi? God.
Demigod. Oh no.
I've heard the term demigod so many goddamn times.
Percy Jackson. Here he is.
Who the fuck is Percy Jackson?
You were a fucking kid in the mid 2000s. You know who Percy Jackson is.
Who the fuck is Percy Jackson's?
I can't be the only one who remembers Percy Jackson.
That's the green train from Thomas the Train, right?
Yeah, that one's named Percy.
Yeah.
Percy and Gordon.
Yeah.
Gordon's also green.
That's exactly what Percy Jackson is.
Yo, I used to love the fuck out of Thomas.
Now that I'm about done with sleep, it's time for not Andrew's issue. That's after this. It's time for Demi's first issue.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Riley, I have a question before he does his issue. When was the last time we got one of those voicemail thingies?
Like 10 episodes ago, maybe?
Why haven't we reminded people about these?
Hey, everybody, there's a voicemail number in the description. Send a voicemail.
You got a voicemail box?
Yes,
We
we
do.
do.
I will be sending you a voicemail one of these days.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. All
We
right,
haven't
Demi, hit us with
advertised
your
this in
first
forever.
issue.
My
Yes,
first
carry
issue, I'm
on.
supposed to have more than one?
Yeah, the guest brings in two. That's what
Oh, shit.
happens.
All right, I'll try to think of something else. But my first issue is Rule 34.
All right, that's a pretty. Have we done that one before? Did you check it against the list?
I did check it against the list.
Okay, good.
I mean, there may have been something very similar, but it didn't say
That's
Rule
fine.
34.
Hold on. Now, because I am a 15-year-old male, I am obliged to ask, what is Rule 34?
You don't know
Okay,
what that
okay,
is?
okay.
I know what
Let me explain
I
it.
know what it is. I'm
We just
just,
need to. We just need it
acting
explained.
like it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
just need to
Oh,
explain.
because it's not legal for you to look at, so you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, for Andrew and for the young
For the
young
kids at
audience at
home.
For
home, the
anyone that
kids at
is
home,
not 18
don't
yet.
don't do this at home. This is
Yeah.
simply informational. I'm not condoning anything I mention. I'm not
It's
condoning
like
the
looking up
existence, and I'm not
girls
telling you
with
to
no
look it up.
bras.
Yes,
I think.
it's along those lines. So, Rule 34 is the 34th rule of the internet. Now,
There's a whole rule set.
Rule 34 is if it exists, there is porn of it.
I'm
Now,
gonna test this out.
Rule 34
It's true, Andrew. You can test it all you want.
Alright, give me a
Rule
second.
34 is a website too. So, essentially Rule 34 is this internet concept that anything will be sexualized, and oftentimes in the name of Rule 34, people will make art that sexualizes the most innocent of things, like, children, stuff like that.
Okay.
Number
Interesting.
Now, what did you say?
Rule
I just said
34.
interesting, and then Andrew made a swallowing noise.
Okay. So the reason this is a problem, this is, you know what I mean? Like, you say no kink shaming, right? Which
Sure.
is, I don't even like kink shame at all. Like, if you want to draw porn of fucking frozen Elsa and Spider-Man or whatever, like, I don't care if that exists, right? The
Yeah.
I'm
problem
sure it does.
the problem is that little kids have to come across it. You know what I mean? When you literally, if you Google like My Little Pony, right? Like, all you have to do is
Especially
go to,
My Little Pony.
yes, especially fucking My Little Pony.
I don't know,
If
if you
you
look at
Google My
Bradley
Little
Brooks Rule
Pony,
34, you don't find anything.
if you
But,
go
well, it
no,
has to be famous in some
if you
way.
Google My Little Pony and go to page 2, it's all fucking porn. Like,
My
one in every
God.
four, one in every four pictures. Like, I remember I Googled,
Um,
like I was editing a
testing it.
picture, right? I needed a transparent image of a pony, right? So I Google Twilight Sparkle PNG, right? Just want a transparent
Uh-huh.
image. And half of it is like the most compromising shots ever, right? And it's like, ugh, okay. I mean, I don't know why these are up. Then I go to page 2, and it's like straight like vaginal penetration. Like, just fucking
Twilight
shit that,
Sparkle getting ass reamed.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty asexual myself, so even like normal porn fucking disgusts me. But this Twilight Sparkle shit is a problem. And this is a problem that I've had since I was a very little kid. Because when I was a little kid, I used to draw pictures, right? I would go on Google Images and look up things. And literally on Google Images, you get this inappropriate ass shit.
I remember finding in it Rule 34 Samus on one of my school computers.
Me too. Not Samus, but Rule 34.
Yeah, except the schools have like a very strong blocker to that stuff. So the fact that that got by was I don't know.
I accidentally found Pichu Rule 34 on my school
What?
iPad.
What?
I was just looking at images of Pichu, and I found
Why
like
were
Yep,
you looking at
two
pictures
little
of
exactly.
Pichus
Pichu?
with dicks.
Yep. That happens every time. Every child's franchise, the sexualization gets just as popular as the fucking wholesome version of it,
Wait,
and
I'm looking up the
climbs its
only
way to
My
the
Little
search
Pony
results.
character I know, and I'm scrolling until I find the not good.
I remember I
The
look up fucking
unholy.
I look up a pony and I get an ad for a pony doll with a fleshlight inside of it. I'm not even kidding. It
Do
was
they straight
sponsored.
up sell those?
Yes, they
Yes,
sell
yes, that's the
those.
thing.
That's pretty funny.
I'm surprised you didn't even know that those get sold.
How did
What
you
is
not
that
know that?
supposed to mean, Andrew?
I don't know. I knew they
Everybody knows about
existed.
that.
I know that there are people who have cut holes in My Little Pony plushes to insert fleshlights, but I didn't know they sold them already pre-made.
They have custom like life-sized ones.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
How much would one of those run you for, out of curiosity? How much are people paying for these shit?
Well, I just so
I
happen
don't
to know
know.
how much they are, and they go for like thousands of dollars if you want like a custom one. You can have
By
like
the
your
way,
OC.
you can have your OC pony?
Yeah, you can have your OC with a fleshlight in it.
Damn, that's epic, bro. We gotta get the Phantom Horn fleshlight.
We gotta put Riley's old Pegasus thing.
I didn't have a My Little Pony.
Well, it was a
I just had a.
Pegasus.
You mean the poorly drawn Pegasus that I made in Illustrator?
I don't
Any
know.
one of them.
You kind of have a brony voice, Riley.
I I did at one point go by Pegasus the Gamer on the internet, but that was less of because of My Little Pony and more because I just thought that the concept of a horse having wings and flying was cool.
I
Okay,
was
okay.
hoping you were gonna say because of Beyblade. So that's where I first heard of
I
Pegasus.
suppose that might have been part of it. That's probably what made me familiar with Pegasi in the first place. Was the Beyblade show. By the way, Andrew, Alex responded to me on Twitter. She said, IDK, like average insomniac. So, Andrew, you have an average insomniac sleep schedule, apparently.
Hey Google.
Do you not
Average
know what
insomniac
insomniac
sleep
means?
schedule. No, I
Jesus
just
Christ.
want to
No
know
more
what
of
it is.
this. Stop.
To Mayo Clinic, how much sleep is enough varies from
Alright, I
person
don't care, Google. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
up.
you, Google.
I know what insomniac means.
Well, anyway, to get back on track with Rule 34,
Yeah.
I mean, I was just segueing you back into talking,
Okay.
Demi.
Another problem is like kids who are like 12 or 13 might find themselves like sexually interested in cartoon characters, right? I mean, nothing wrong with that. We all discovered interesting things back in the day. But these people,
Grant.
what?
What about Grant?
Grant brought up a long time ago. I swear Grant brought something up like this. Being like 12 or 13, and that's when he started
Yeah,
beating the dead
that's the
horse.
kind of shit that Grant would say.
Anyways, my other problem
Anywho,
with this,
continue.
my other issue with Rule 34 is that when little kids find themselves interested in sexual versions of cartoons, right? Or they're,
Mm-hmm.
say, a fucking 13-year-old has a fetish for a sexualized version of a cartoon character, they will go to like online communities for that, and then they'll get
Mm-hmm.
meet a whole bunch of adults there,
Uh-oh.
and that's a very huge problem that I've personally witnessed myself. Or even if they're not interested in it sexually, right? Like a little kid, if like I've seen like 9-year-olds will go on like a subreddit or a Discord server. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
there's fucking 9-year-olds on Discord servers for
Oh,
this,
I
but
know. I
it's
know.
how did Discord go from like no little kids to just all little kids so quickly?
I don't know, man.
It's like
Kids
it was
getting
like
iPhones.
2000, 2019. It feels like every fucking little kid is on Discord now. Anyways, I've
Who's the
seen
youngest
personally,
person?
even
She's
like my little
11.
sisters, like my little sisters will just be on a Discord server or just browsing the internet, and they'll be talking to
12.
people
Wait, how
about
old are you, Demi?
cartoons. I am over 9,000.
Okay.
He's a demigod after.
No, I'm 16.
Oh, okay.
There's a long pause. I was worried I was gonna get kicked off.
Andrew, I was thinking because Andrew's like 14 and he's been on Discord since he was like 12.
Andrew's 14.
Aren't you 14 or are you 15, Andrew?
Did my Discord die?
Hello? Andrew, can you hear us?
We can hear
Am I
you.
back? Oh god, I'm
Hello?
back. Hi, everybody.
Andrew, how old are you?
I think I said 15 earlier.
You think you
Is
said,
that
how old are
true?
you? Your age
What
is
my
whatever's convenient, I guess.
yeah, whatever's convenient. I'm 18 when we're talking about porn, but anything else, I am
Okay.
not 18.
Anything else? Are you
Anyway.
14 or 15?
Uh,
Hypothetically.
I am as old as
Andrew,
Ash
just say
Ketchum
how
is in
old you are.
Pokemon.
Fucking hell.
As old as I am in Pokemon.
Alright, fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
He sounds
Anyway.
he sounds like a very red-pilled, intellectual type of guy for his age.
Red
Truly.
pilled?
You're based and red pilled, Andrew.
Yeah.
Have we
So,
go
anyways, yeah,
Google shit?
little kids find porn of shit that they like. They talk to adults about it, and they get groomed and fucking molested. That's what
Oh,
happens,
yeah.
and that's a problem.
Yeah, I
And it's
see
all
fucking weirdos all the time. Like even like with roleplay and shit is where it really
right.
happens. And like I'll
Like
be on like innocent ass roleplay servers because I
Oh.
dabble in like, like roleplay but not in that way, in the way of
like
like, like action roleplay. And
furry
I'm
peg roleplay, right?
no, not that kind. But the point I was making is that I was in a Power Rangers server
Oh
and there was
god.
this guy who just started DMing everyone with this like weird idea for his like parental fetish RP, and we had to ban
Yeah,
the guy.
or like on Roblox, especially. Roblox is a fucking huge one. If you go on Roblox, you'll see like if you look at any
Oh.
chat in Roblox, it's either like little kids like arguing, calling each other poopy or whatever, or
Yep.
like
I was like that. I was like that. I even know my old Roblox
You
username.
fucking poopy.
I
or
know
either
my. You want to hear my old Roblox username? You want to know how fucking I was like 9 when I
Was it
made that
Ultima
shit.
Josh 2974?
Even before that, I've made even worse usernames before that.
let's hear them.
I had amazing usernames that I would name myself after Thomas the Tank Engines. I've no, oh no, it gets worse. I had named myself MLG MLG Sanic
Oh my
2134.
fucking god! I was one of those people. I was one of those like XX underscore sniper
I
noob
don't
killer 32
I don't
guys.
I don't think I ever did the XX thing. I might have done the XXX or the XX thing with my own name, but I did MLG Sanic. I know I did that one.
My best name that I ever came up with was XXX Tentacion.
Oh, that was you? You
Oh,
were
that
that
was
Yeah,
guy?
that's
you.
me.
Oh, ain't he dead? Didn't we talk
I
about
made a
him in a
couple
couple
albums.
episodes?
Made a couple
Didn't,
albums. Faked my
I'm
death.
almost I'm almost pretty sure we talked about. I'm in fact sure that I
Yeah, we
talked
talked
about
about this
this
2 weeks
because of.
ago.
Yep. And you thought Riot was released in 2020? You stupid fucking bitch.
Okay, no, okay. Let me rephrase it. I know the official release was 2020, or at least distributed on Spotify. I know it came out in 2017. I
Yep.
know, but the official release says 2020 on everything, so that's what I go by.
You got to be careful when you're talking about X-Man. If you get the shit wrong, they're gonna come for you.
Yeah, they're gonna come shoot you.
You know what? I've
Yeah.
realized. You make a good point. I should have said that he released the best album, Goodbye and Good Riddance.
But fuck, I
Also,
had something.
also
Oh.
Kid Cudi, really? It's Kid Cudi.
Is it?
Yes, not Kid Cudi. You fucking idiot.
Andrew is uncultured with rap. Part whatever. I don't know what you expect from a white guy. I called it Eternal Atake for like 6 months.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Okay. I'm
But
I'm
in
ready to
terms
move on.
of my old cringy usernames, I remember back in the day, like my usernames would all be revolved around Sasuke from Naruto.
Satsuke, Satsuke, Satsuke.
Like they'd all be something Sasuke. Like
Kicking my ass,
my
Sasuke.
original Twitch account when I used to hang around on Twitch like way back in the day, like during middle school on the school iPad where we had a Flash browser that could run Twitch streams.
Oh god.
I I went by the name Oh My Sasuke. and
That's not that bad.
that was a time. Yeah, it's not. I've heard worse, but it wasn't great.
I've done a lot worse.
I've heard worse, like MG Sanic 2134.
Yeah, I went by Oh My Sasuke, and then at some point during middle school, I thought of the name GameSpy 2020, and that's when I went on. That's what I went by on everything for a while, and then like when I was a young boy, my dreams of having a group Let's Play channel did not start recently. This is like way back. I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
start a Let's Play channel called uh, the Pegasus League, and that's where Pegasus came from. And I had a Twitch channel set up for the Pegasus League, and I would start using it just to hang out in streams, and then people would call me Pegasus, and I just kind of got used to it eventually. So that's when I started going by Pegasus the Gamer, which was my name up until I started just using my real name.
I feel like
Yeah.
everybody at one point just says fuck it and uses their real name until they come up
That's
with a way better name.
that's where
Yeah.
I'm at right now. That's my real
I
name is
was
Riley.
there. I was there
I
for
went
like
by my
a
real
short
first
bit.
and last name for a while, but I cut the
You
last
did.
name.
Cut the last name. Now he's
So
just Riley.
now I'm just Riley with an exclamation point, and that's where I'm at right now.
You have a nice
Again.
like 2-syllable name though.
I
Oh,
mean,
trust
yeah.
me, Riley hates the 2-syllable names.
No,
But
I
it
mean two syllable names are close to ideal. I on a very early episode of this show said that every name should only have one syllable.
Yes,
why?
because of me, because I don't know how to keep one name.
Oh yeah, because I got mad because I had to start calling you Andrew when you used to be Josh, and I was like, but one syllable
No.
names are so much more
I
convenient.
went from when we've started doing podcasts together, I've went from like Josh, Koopa, Andrew.
Well, I still called you Josh even when you were Koopa, didn't
Yeah,
I?
good point. I don't know, you might have.
Anyway, do you have
That is
anything else
also a
about
bad name that I've
Rule
come up
34,
with.
Demi, or do you have any opinions, Andrew?
No.
I'm just gotta say, go on Rule 34 and look up Ben 10 if
Oh
you're over
no.
18.
Oh no.
Where's my phone?
That's about
Where's my phone?
all
Where's
I have
my
to say
phone?
about Rule
Where's my phone?
34.
Where's my phone?
This is Andrew. Stop. Yield.
Alright. Oh, it just turned on. Speaking of which, I probably could have said this earlier, but I think my issue should be deservingly be known as cringy ass usernames.
All right,
Okay.
well, yeah, you can do that, but for a second, I just wanted to say Rule 34.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was
just
less. I wish it
I
was less out
remembered.
there. I wish it was
Yeah.
less out there, like, cause I've partaked in some of it myself, but
Right. Me too.
it kind of sucks that it's like the second page on Google Images.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's the biggest problem for me.
The
Sorry,
biggest problem in the
issue.
universe. You can't say
Biggest
that.
issue.
We can't say problem. We can't say big. We
And
can't
we can't
say.
say universe.
That's my largest issue.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, now Andrew, cringy ass usernames. It's all you, buddy.
We've all had that one username that we just didn't like. You know, some of us would go by that username for a good amount of time. And some of them, most of them came up within like 30 seconds, did we not? I came up with Ultimate Josh in 30 seconds. That is. I went by that for like 3 years.
I came up with most of my names in like less than 30 seconds.
I came up with Andrew's Away in a couple seconds.
Did you
Why
come
did
up
you?
with Angel from Hell Zero in a
I
couple
came up with
seconds?
that in like 3 hours.
Why is your name Andrew if that's not your actual name?
Oh
That
no,
is
that
his
is
real
my
name.
actual name.
Oh,
It
well, you
was
said you
just Andrew.
came up with
He came up
Andrew.
with Andrew is away.
Oh, okay.
It was just the is away part, which I've kind of, made my whole
I like
fucking
that name,
gimmick.
honestly. I haven't gotten used to Angel from Hell Zero yet. I'm still kind of
Because
attached
the
to
zero's
Andrew
not
is
supposed to
away.
fucking be there. But someone took the
Oh,
fucking
someone took
username.
Angel from Hell. Okay,
Someone took it, and it's only an N. What the
but still,
fuck?
Angel from Hell in general, I haven't gotten used to yet. I still miss Andrews away a little bit.
I don't know.
That
I
is a
kind
pretty
of
good
want
name.
to keep it as Andrew's Away, but I also want to I also want to change it to Angel because that's what I upload music under.
Do you have music uploaded?
Yes, I do.
You gotta
Wait,
send me
do
this
you
Don't
make
link,
music?
listen
buddy.
to it. Do not listen to it. Do not
You
listen
don't
to
let
it.
me
You will
listen to it. I'm
embarrass
your
me.
trusted
You will
friend.
embarrass me. You can find it on my Twitter somewhere.
I'm not gonna embarrass you,
You can listen to
Oh,
my
Andrew.
trust
you
me,
can listen to
people
my
have been
music, and I
listening.
can listen to
I
yours.
wouldn't play it on the show. I would never do that.
All my friends have already embarrassed me with it, and I'm just like, nope, never want to do this again, but I'm doing it again
You
eventually.
gotta embrace
I
it.
won't secretly do an episode with Mo in which I play your music. That won't
Oh,
happen.
I'm never letting you do that. I almost debated just going back to sleep, but I didn't for the sole purpose of I'm not letting you miss, or I'm not missing another day of this episode. That is my New Year's resolution.
Another episode of this podcast, you mean?
Yes.
Andrew,
Uh-huh.
if your friends are embarrassing you with your music and you feel like it's bad,
I mean,
what you have to do is make funny music.
make fucking music.
Make
Minecraft
funny music.
Virgins.
Make a fucking the most ridiculous shit ever. Make like a Minecraft parody or do some like crazy like pink guy shit or something. Just make the funniest, like most ridiculous music ever, and then they
Yeah,
can't make fun of you anymore because it's
good
just a
point.
joke.
Good point.
I have a parody song on the internet some people like. I'm not very proud of it.
What's that about?
It was a I don't know if you're familiar with the Dickheads podcast at all
I'm actually not.
with Cameron Clark. And so the Dickheads podcast was something. It originally started as a normal Dick Show fan cast, and then it turned into a Dick Show hate cast. But
That happens a lot.
but the people behind it, I actually think are fun to talk to, even though I'm not on the best terms with them at the moment. But back then, we would do stuff together, and I would come on the show, even though I still enjoyed the Dick Show. And at one point, that I wanted to host an episode because they were having different people host an episode, and they would only let me host an episode on the condition that I sang a parody song that they wrote, which was a parody of Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me about Dick Masterson.
Yeah.
And I did it. I did it. It's out now. It's on SoundCloud
Did you get an
and
email from Dick
YouTube.
Masterson about how he hates you?
No, but I'm pretty sure that's how he knew that I was one of Cameron Clark's goons, quote unquote, because I had been in his Twitch stream, and he was like, "Wait, aren't you one of Cameron Clark's guys?" And I was and I was like, I hang out with them sometimes, but I'm still a big fan. And then he was fine with it.
No. He said, "No, you fucking traitor. Get off of my stream."
He called me a snake in the grass jokingly, and then I made that my Twitter for a while was Riely Snake in the Grass.
I see.
Snakes in the grass, trying to sell it fast. I just bought a fucking lawnmower.
Anyway, Andrew, enough of your fucking rapping. Tell us more about cringy ass usernames.
They're bad. I used to actually, on one of my a Flash website in middle school that me and my friends all had accounts for, we could always change our usernames. So that is how I've changed my friends' usernames to some pretty fucking hilarious ones, like I eat dick. And then the teacher seen it.
Hilarious.
It was. His reaction was worth it.
What about Alpha Kenny Buddy?
I don't know. I think I've used what usernames have I used?
Ice
Hugh
Wallop
Janus, Mike Oxlong.
Mike Hunt.
Yeah, I've used that one. I was just about to say that one. I even spelled my name backwards, and I put that as my username. Who's popping bubble wrap in the background?
Hello.
Oh, well, Riley's gone. He is being dead, everybody. He was on his desk.
That's very unfortunate.
I know. You know what else is unfortunate? I don't know how to speak English. English is actually my second language, my first language being gibberish. If you
That's
have
actually
not
pretty
been,
based.
yeah.
I suppose you want to keep going on about cringy usernames
How the
while we
fuck
wait for
am
Riley to come back?
Yeah, I think going just by your name in nothing special, like Riley Brooks, is really fucking boring.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's boring, especially if you do gaming content on YouTube. Like, why the fuck would you just go by your
Yeah.
name?
Maybe if it's just maybe for gaming content. I personally think Riely Brooks rolls off the tongue pretty well. If he can establish some like unique branding, I feel like it would fly. It has to be
if he
like
did vlogging, it's fine. Like, generic vloggers, they just go by their name.
He'd be a perfect vlogger.
Yeah. But Riely Brooks is a gaming creator? Nah. My example is attacking toucans, going to Tyler Cedarwall, and then back to attacking toucans.
I didn't even know that happened. I haven't watched Attacking Toucans since like 3rd grade.
I'm surprised you even know who that is. Did you know he's gay?
He's gay?
He's gay.
That's pretty based. I didn't know that.
I mean, I can't tell if he was serious on his live stream, but he's like, yeah, I'm gay. I met this dude at a party. He had nice eyes.
It might have been ironic then.
I don't know if it was, because he said it in such a serious ass tone.
I don't know, he kind of seems like very, like I don't know, like Sam Hyde?
No.
Like, I don't know. There's certain people you just can't tell if they're like when they're being ironic and not. Like they just have such like a non-serious tone about everything that you don't know what's true and what's not.
My friends say that I'm like that.
You just sound pretty neutral for the most part.
I am neutral. I'm Andrew.
I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm just Andrew.
Yeah, I said vote for the third party in this election.
Yes, waste your vote.
Yeah, Kanye.
Settle for Kanye, guys. We know.
Settle for Kanye!
Biden couldn't win. We're gonna have to settle for Kanye,
We're gonna have
guys.
to settle for Kanye.
2024, settle for Kanye.
If Trump won, Kanye would have had to fucking walk into the White House with one single pistol and just take over. Which I do not condone, by the way.
Yeah, me neither.
Do that.
I mean, if you condone Kanye being president, you condone a rapper running this country. Which I think would be perfectly fine.
I mean, I always said we could use a black president.
We've never had one of those before.
I mean, yeah, it would be pretty cool. I mean, black people have run different countries in Africa before, and they do it pretty successfully.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have anything else about cringy ass usernames, Andrew?
No.
Well, looks like it's up to Demi. You got like 13 minutes to fill.
Well,
That's 13.
I don't know if I could fill 13 minutes.
Don't worry, I can.
Okay.
Just say an issue, and I will help you along the way.
Got this.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is I'm thinking a very specific one, but I'm going to say a general issue, and then rant about something more specific. But only as an example, okay? My issue is boring podcasts.
Fuck.
So that's the issue.
Here we go.
My issue is boring podcasts, and now, more specifically, a podcast that I've been listening to.
Uh-oh.
Not you guys, don't worry. It would be
okay.
So
a couple
I can't
podcasts,
put this
actually.
issue.
It's gonna be like every other podcast that I do, besides this one.
No, there's a couple podcasts that I've listened to that are very entertaining, right? You'll like
War of the Roses
there's a guest
is pretty
on
entertaining.
it. I'm talking about the Procrastinators podcast.
Hey, come on.
You're gonna lose Digi's follow on Twitter for this one.
She's not gonna unfollow me because you said shit.
No, she is. She's gonna be like, how could you platform somebody like that? No, if Digi happens to hear this, I love you, Digi. But the Procrastinators it went from one of the most entertaining podcasts ever, in my opinion. Like, especially when they had Mumkey on there, and they had like topics, right? Like incest or like suicide, just something really random. It'd be like seven guys.
The suicide episode was straight keto. It was beautiful.
Yes. All of those episodes were absolutely legendary. Just them talking over each other, yelling, just funny jokes the whole time. And they managed to make it funny for like an hour. Whereas like the new podcast, it's like there's just two guys sitting in a Discord call and then just like, yeah, hey, what's up? How's it going? Like, yeah, not much. And then they'll like decide and then they'll like name it whatever the few things that they talk about are, and there's like so much awkward silence and blank space. It's just so it's still entertaining. They have like entertaining conversations, but it feels like I just dropped in a room full of just people that are just like sitting on their phone rather
It's
than
less energetic because
right.
back in the day there was much more people involved. You'd have people like Mumkey, obviously, and you'd have Munchie and Nate, and they were very like energetic and very capable of entertainment.
Right, and it's just I think that's literally the problem is that there's not enough people and they don't have like a set topic.
There's only four people who give a there's only four hosts of the PCP who give a shit about the PCP anymore, and
Right.
even the number four is debatable because Digi and Tom are kind of on the edge.
I don't even listen to it that much anymore, but when I do, it seems like Digi's
it's
not there very often.
it's the Ben and Hippo cast pretty much now.
Yeah. I like Ben and Hippo, honestly, but they're just those two for something about that. It's just not a great dynamic in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean they're entertaining enough. I think some of the guests they've had on were pretty cool, but overall, I definitely miss the days of old, and it seems like the PCP is kind of hard pressed to work
Yeah, I
without
mean,
I don't want to sound like one of the fucking insane Nate heads in the comments who fucking
yeah.
just bully Ben all the time, but it really Nate did hold it together in a way.
I like yeah, Nate was always like he did a lot of the intros, he did a lot of just transitioning things, kind of kept people on task. He was like the manager.
Yeah, he
But
was on every episode for quite a long time. I'd
right.
say out of the first 200, he was on like 195 of them, and then suddenly he
Hmm.
fell off.
I personally wish to this day I still think about how much I wish that Digi and Mumkey were cool again. Cuz just those two were probably some of the most entertaining
Oh my
podcasters
gosh,
ever.
them as a combo,
Yeah.
insufferable social media argument, literally my
Hmm.
favorite podcast of all time.
I think I just feel like their beef, you know what I mean? I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it was so petty and dated to the point where I
It
feel like they
seemed
could
so trivial, yeah.
right. I feel like they could have ended up setting aside their differences.
For that situation, in my opinion, is just I feel like it was shittily handled on both sides. Like obviously the whole like secret voting tribunal bullshit could have been handled better.
Hmm.
And then also Mumkey kind of threw a hissy fit
Yeah.
because Digi and like everyone on the PCP was like, we're still willing to work with Mumkey, we just don't want him as part of the main group. And then
Uh-huh.
Mumkey was like, they kicked me out, so I'm not going to make videos with them anymore.
Now, timeline wise, wasn't that like right before he ended up getting banned and all that?
Oh, definitely not. That was like a year
Was that
prior,
that
at
was like a year
least.
before that? Oh, so
Yeah.
he must have been fucking that furry around that time period, wouldn't he?
No, he started fucking the furry like January 2019,
Really?
which
I didn't
is
know.
he
My
started
time
fucking the furry after the ban.
my timeline is all fucked up because I stopped paying attention to any of those guys around that
So
time
so
period.
basically, what happened is Monkey got banned from the PCP, and then he kind of just he started hanging out with Asperger and Rusty Cage and Emp Lemon, and they kind of became his new like group of cronies. And
Well,
then
I can't deny that I love listening to them.
of course, and then he would hang out with Asterios and stuff, and then when his channel got banned, and Asperger did a bad thing, he
Yeah.
he fell into the depression hole, and he ended up like sleeping with this girl at a live show because he was the way he explained it on his like little depression chamber podcast that he made about it was that he only did what he did with his plan being to kill himself before he had to face the consequences because he was that
Yeah.
depressed. But then he ended up not going through with it, and he obviously at that point had to face the consequences.
Yep. To face a lot of consequences.
But I mean, he's pretty much topped out now. Like,
Yeah.
I guess you can't take a depression-filled man's word at face value, but he does claim that he's the happiest he's been in a while, just kind of
Hmm.
hanging out in Iowa with his cats and with pigs.
Yeah. Big seems to keep him a lot happier than his other friends ever did.
I mean, I'd say people like Asperger kept him pretty happy until whatever happened.
Yeah. Asperger had some gamer moments.
Had some gamer moments.
So did
But
he not shower,
he's
or did he groom
he's
a
on the
child?
Andrew. I've told you about Asperger many times,
Okay, you
but
think I
Asperger
remember?
is on the He's on the path of redemption now. He's streaming again. He seems like he's doing better.
I don't know. I personally wouldn't forgive him, honestly.
Oh, well, I totally get that. I mean, I totally understand, but at the same time, I believe
Separate the
in
art from the artist.
separate the art from the artist, and the fact that I believe people can't be defined by one action that they committed, especially
That's fair.
when he's been trying to make up for it for a long time. He's been sober for a long time.
Yeah.
But enough about Asperger, because we finally stopped talking about him every episode, and now we're gonna get back to that trend.
Yeah, this has become me asking about things because I'm out of the loop.
Uh-huh. This is me not getting anything because
Well,
I'm never even in the loop.
back to boring podcasts. I
Mm-hmm.
think another podcast that's incredibly boring is the H3 podcast. I mean, it's kind of been beaten to death, but like seriously, have you guys listened to the more recent episodes?
No, I don't listen to
No.
podcasts.
It's if you need a podcast to fall asleep to, listen to the H3 podcast.
Alright.
Honestly, it's literally just basically just Ethan talking about current events and just scrolling through Reddit and reading things out loud and barely talking at all. Then Gila just goes, yeah.
I feel like most podcasts that are considered like, quote unquote mainstream don't feel as entertaining as some of the smaller end stuff.
Right.
Like I'd say the most like quote unquote mainstream podcast I actually get any enjoyment out of is the Super Mega Cast, and everything
Yeah.
else I listen to is probably a lot smaller. Like the Super Mega Cast and the Sleepy Cast are the only two shows that I enjoy that I think other people generally will have heard of.
Yeah.
How big do you have to be big to be mainstream?
I think the Super Mega Cast gets like a couple 100,000 views an episode.
I'd say you're mainstream once you're getting 1 million views per episode.
Well, I don't think it's quite that far. I'd say once you're getting like within 100,000 an episode for a
Yeah.
podcast, that's pretty mainstream.
I wouldn't say it's mainstream necessarily. Maybe mainstream within a specific community.
Yeah, within the community of podcast, I guess.
The
How much?
podcast community.
The podcast community, yes. I'm actually curious how many views the Super Mega Cast gets. I'm gonna check. But anyway, yeah, I've heard a lot of podcasts in my day that just weren't entertaining.
Yeah, I think that's just the majority of podcasts, especially these days, because they feel the need to pump out an episode every week or whatever, which, you are kind of obligated to do, to have a schedule, but it's like they're not even trying. It's like they're just sitting around just talking. Like
Yeah,
this,
the thing with the PCP, it definitely rings true with that because they're
right,
just like they're obligated to make an episode every week, even when only fucking one or two people shows up.
right.
Like they
And
did, they did the Ben cast when only Ben showed up and he did an entire episode.
yeah, and that's basically just the podcast now, except he has somebody to go, yeah, every time he says something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This podcast is a lot more entertaining because the very original premise of bringing in issues and stuff, it just kind of keeps it flowing together. Even if we go off topic, it's still entertaining because we always loop back.
This has so far been the most on-topic issue
True, yeah.
this has. Because
Look, we'll never. At least Andrew's back, so now we're a little bit on topic. We'll never get to the point again when it was just me and Mo for like 3 weeks, and we would never stay on topic ever.
I think
at
it was
all.
way longer than 3 weeks that I was gone. I was gone from like September to January.
It was fun. Well, there was a point where I just kind of stopped, even when you were gone.
Right.
But yeah, it was the point that when Mo was here, we could never stay on one thing because Mo, I love him to death. He's very funny, but he's also very bad at sticking to one thing at a time.
Fun fact, Riley's missed one episode of this podcast, and that is something I'm always going to live by.
Yeah, you're gonna live by the fact that I missed one episode once.
Yeah, and I did a whole episode by
That was our
myself.
version of the Ben cast. Was we had the Andrew cast.
Which episode was that?
I
The
think it was
worst one.
33.
If this toddler won't shut the fuck up.
Oh god, it's the screaming toddler. He's back.
He's been screaming for the
no.
last like 5 minutes, and I thought he'd been picked up by
Very
the mic.
professional.
Gratian, shut up!
He's getting louder.
Grayson.
Maybe we could have a Grayson as a guest on the podcast.
Yeah, let's get the oldest and the youngest people we possibly can for a podcast episode.
He's the real little guy. Andrew's
He's
just
the
Zoomer
thick
versus
head.
real
younger
little guy.
Zoomer.
No, he's an alpha.
Zoomer
what
versus
now?
Doomer.
He's an alpha. I'm a
What's an
zoomer.
alpha?
That's the generation after zoomers.
Oh, really? That they
Yeah.
came
Is
out?
is that a real term?
Yeah.
Did they have a? What was the release date?
New
I have no
generation
clue. I
just
think it's
dropped.
something like, I don't know.
Wish I would have gotten pregnant earlier. I could have got the midnight release, man.
The midnight
When did
generation.
Gen Alpha start?
That sounds like it could be the name of a AAA video game.
Anything between 2010 to 2025.
Oh, so there you go.
What generation is
You
2010
still have
to
time.
25? That's alpha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you still have time, Demi. You got
Yeah,
a
but
good 4 years.
I couldn't get the early release. Now I need to get the whatever the next one is going to be.
What's the next one?
I don't know.
The Omega generation.
Well, I'll have to carefully calculate it. Someone brought awkward silences as a problem. Issue.
I feel like I feel like if we haven't done it already, that's gonna happen very soon.
That's going to happen very soon.
Well, you
gonna
see,
do
the good
that
thing
next
is we
week.
have a good strong editor who we love very much that will cut out those awkward silences.
You have a very strong American editor.
A strong American editor who I give $45 a month.
A very patriotic editor.
That's like, I don't know. That's some money.
Yeah, it is money. He does my videos too. It's not just the podcast.
Do you make any money from the podcasts?
No.
No.
It's
That's
basically like somebody who pays for a hobby. Like if they pay for like a membership to something, I pay to have my videos and podcasts look and sound good because it's something I like to do.
But it's just such an injustice.
Truly, yeah.
Don't you want to get revenge on the other podcasts, the inferior podcasts that make millions of dollars?
Retribution.
Beta podcast uprising, man.
Look, I don't know if you looked at the Dick Show Patreon, but he's doing quite well for himself.
Yeah, he's doing pretty damn well.
He has made over $1 million from the show. I remember he made like a big deal about it when he made his first million, which makes sense. It was very cool, but
wow.
Yeah, he's made a lot.
It's a lot of money for a podcast.
Yeah,
especially considering for his he's not very high profile.
Like I think perhaps somebody should sue him for some of that money.
Yeah, somebody should. Someone should sue him for 40 times the amount of
that amount of money. Who could do such a thing? What kind of hero could step into the light?
Perhaps a salty former co-host or someone who couldn't take a joke.
Perhaps a bald Armenian of some sort.
Perhaps.
Man, I feel like everything's just going over my head.
We're talking about Maddox. We're describing Maddox, Andrew.
Who's Maddox?
Yeah, who's Maddox?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody keeps talking about this Maddox guy. I've never heard of him.
Yeah, you
never heard of him in my life.
Yeah, except I've actually never. I think we're talking about some bald guy.
Oh, you mean Howie Mandel?
Host
of Deal or No Deal?
Sure.
Star of Bobby's World?
Yeah.
Judge on fucking America's Got Talent? Howie Mandel?
I thought we were going to say Judge Judy.
Oh no, not her.
They should have got Dick and Maddox on Judge Judy.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
I've always wanted to see some like rich man who's just super involved in like the fucking drama on the internet to start a podcast where he pays stupid internet people who have beef like a bunch of money each to come on a podcast and yell at each other.
Like just random people? or like popular people.
Well, semi-popular people, and they could do super popular people too, because I imagine a rich man would have enough money for that too. But like, you could get Dick and Maddox to do it for enough money.
Wouldn't that just be kind of like the kill stream?
I guess, but they don't pay people to do it, and Maddox wouldn't come on the kill stream.
Maybe a little bit less alt-right.
It's true. Oh, that's true too. And with less sex tapes released.
Yeah, that would be preferred.
Oh,
Maybe a little bit less. What's his name? Richard Spencer.
I don't listen to kill stream much.
Kelly.
Aren't Ethan Ralph and fucking Digi's X a thing now?
Digi's X?
Yeah, May.
Digimon
I have no idea.
porn.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know anything about Digi's relationship history.
Yeah, we're actually unfortunately somewhat tied to his relationship history, as one of the inciting incidents was an old friend and guest of ours tried to kidnap her because he found Digi's address on Kiwi Farms.
I'm not gonna say anything about this. I don't know enough about it to make comments on the situation.
Yeah, it was
kidnapping's not really good though.
That was a stressful day for me when I found out that occurred.
That you were directly responsible for somebody's death and
that wasn't
kidnapping?
directly responsible. I just knew the guy.
Your Twitter archive might say otherwise.
My Twitter archive there's a tweet hidden in there that says, "Hey, the plan is executed."
Yeah, kidnap that bitch right now.
Don't say that. I think we've hit our mark. I think we're about good here, unless anybody else anybody else has thoughts on boring podcast. Yeah, Andrew should play
Andrew's music. Send me your music. We could do a song together. We could feature.
Collaborate.
You know how good I am at collaborating? I'm not. You should ask my friend.
You could drop a verse on one of my tracks, man.
Yeah, sure. Well, I can do that. I have a lot of shit.
I'm very tempted to start like purposely bad rap career because I have a rap name that I came up with in fucking middle school, and that was like people would call me that for a long time in middle school.
Can you say what it is?
Stupid. Yeah, it was Straight Chain.
Straight Chain.
Straight chains.
Like my biggest advice to anybody who has ever considered doing like joke rap music, do it. Fucking do it, because if you can start doing stuff as a joke, and you could end up getting skills and becoming legitimately good at it.
You could be Minecraft virgins.
I mean, like, my music's not the greatest, but I started doing it like just as a joke.
My music isn't good. I can tell you that the only song that I've uploaded is SoundCloud.
But sometimes that can backfire. If our old buddy Burger is any example, where whenever he tried to make a serious song, all of his comments would be, "Make another funny song, funny Burger Man."
Well, he probably wasn't good enough.
Well, you should be better.
Well, keep it, like, the thing with music is people fail to realize that music should express all like concepts within our lives, right? Whether it's humor, romance, fantasy, all these things we have within our lives can be expressed through our music. And I feel like it's you can manage to channel it right to the point where it can be funny, but you aren't just like this comedic presence. Like Asperger's a fucking clown, right? But like I feel like you could still make funny music and be serious, just like Joji.
Yeah, I mean,
he's made real. I actually like Asperger's real music. It's just that he built a certain community. His community is pretty much in sync with Mumkey's community, and we all know how some of those people are.
Yeah.
So when he tries to make like this real serious art piece, everyone's like, "Where's the funny Elliot Rodgers song?"
Yeah. Well, when your name's Asperger, there's not really a whole lot you can do about that.
Well, to be fair, his name is. To be fair, he rectified that. His name is now ABR.
Yeah, but what could ABR possibly mean?
A big rapper.
He'll always be known as Asperger, though. His profile picture still the sheep over picture of a burger with an ass on it.
Well, I mean, it's iconic. It's
yeah. But I mean, if your audience is really that bad, then you just gotta reinvent yourself, and the people who are curious will check out your new shit, and then they'll fuck with it.
Well, I'd say Not to bring any light from his bad situation, but I'd say a lot of the more toxic people left when that happened, and the
Yeah,
people who stuck by him are more willing to hear his actual like artistic music.
yeah, yeah. More people should do that.
He's working on an album right now, and I'm interested to see how it goes.
I'm interested, I suppose. I personally never even liked his music that much outside of the context of Mumkey. I liked the one from what was it called? School Safety Rap.
Monkey Jones stops a school
Yeah,
shooting, school safety rap, yeah.
yeah. It was like school shooter. Everybody hit the
Everybody hit the
floor.
floor. That's a pretty good one. I'm sure you've heard the legendary Cake Jerry.
I actually haven't.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
gotta look that up
I gotta
immediately.
look. I will.
That's like the most well known Asperger
Was
song.
it from Mumkey?
I believe so. Well, it
Yeah,
wasn't. I don't think it was directly from Mumkey, but Mumkey was in the music video, and it was very much like joked about in Mumkey
oh,
circles.
I probably heard it. I just don't know the title because I don't really like look up Asperger that
I'm
much.
Cake Jerry. I'm Cake Jerry. You cannot carry the cake of Jerry.
It sounds pretty familiar.
It was beautiful. There's a big music video. Mumkey was in it. E Rich was in it. Asterios was in it.
How do I not know what this is? Those are like those are like six of my favorite people. I don't know why I said six.
I was about to say, yes, Mumkey, E Rich, Asterios, and Burger. 6 of your favorite people.
Yeah, E Rich is pretty based, honestly.
I miss E Rich.
Me too. Didn't he become a teacher or
Yeah,
whatever?
I mean, he was already a teacher.
Oh,
He
imagine
just,
finding out
I
your
think he
teacher was
ghosted
on.
Mumkey because of the whole Lou situation.
He didn't ghost me, that's for sure.
I remember I actually interacted with E Rich on Twitter because he wanted to be on the Is It Kino for Tenet, the Christopher Nolan movie. I
Hmm.
think that's who did. And Monkey didn't let him because he was mad at him.
Monkey
So
needs to not hold grudges.
yeah, so I tagged E Rich on Twitter. No, and I also saw like a post in a Discord where Asperger was telling somebody how good Tenet was. So I tagged him on Twitter and I was like, "Hey E Rich, since Monkey won't let you be on the Tenet Kino, why not do one with Asperger?" And and he responded some bullshit about how his drive-in theater sucks and he won't be able to see Tenet for a while.
We all know he's just a cock.
I mean, he would just it was about COVID concerns. He could have easily saw the movie. He just didn't think that he didn't want to catch the spooky.
Yeah.
But
Part of COVID rap.
COVID rap it exists. I'm
Oh, of
100%.
course it exists.
Did
There's
Eminem
everything
made a
rap.
rap about COVID?
Yeah,
Fuck Eminem.
he did say some stuff about COVID. But what was it? I heard it in school.
I made a Golden Girls parody about COVID. It's on my SoundCloud that I don't have to log
The
into anymore.
Send me your
coronavirus is a
SoundCloud immediately
virus.
as soon as this is
No.
over. I have to
No.
hear it.
It's just one shittily edited parody of Golden Girls.
Am I the only person who isn't afraid to give out his SoundCloud?
Well,
Uh,
I mean,
I mean, I
probably.
can.
That's my issue. People who aren't giving out their SoundClouds but admit that they have ones.
SoundCloud hiders.
Yeah,
Save
fucking
it. Save it for
closet
next time,
rappers.
Demi. Save it for the next
Let me come
episode you're
on then.
on.
Let me come
Cliffhanger.
on.
Of
Sure.
course.
I'm
I am.
officially part of the Riely verse.
You're part of the Riely lore.
Yep. Add me out of the tier list.
I've actually considered doing that, but I feel like I couldn't do it justice to like anybody who's actually done it competently because like I'm starting to like write like video like game reviews and shit, and I'm considering putting like lore shit into them, but I don't really know where to start.
Just start.
I had like a character I made up for game reviews, but I haven't really implemented
Used
it
him.
yet.
Like an OC.
Not like a drawn OC, just a
I'm trying
character
to
that
think.
I would play, who's almost me but not quite.
I'm like
I
trying
was
to
gonna
think
say,
what.
you better
There's
be
a YouTuber
careful.
that I can think that's just like that. I don't remember.
It's like a nostalgia critic type thing where Doug Walker is not nostalgia critic.
I
Nostalgia
Right.
was gonna
critic was a
say like
character, but he's pretty similar.
Or like a AVGN or a Boogie
Yeah,
2988.
Yeah, I was gonna say Boogie.
Is Boogie a character? I don't
Well,
know
when he
much
does
about Boogie.
Francis. Have you seen his Francis videos from back in the day?
I haven't seen anything from Boogie.
Do you
Whoa. That's
what?
The
fucking
only
legendary.
What?
the only Boogie, literally the only Boogie I've seen was his Mandalorian debate with Dick Masterson. That's the only Boogie I've seen.
Boogie was like the OG like version of Filthy Frank. He was like the first guy to do like a funny voice and like pretend to be like a piece of shit and like rant on camera. He's been doing that shit since like 2008.
Did you ever hear about the Biggest Problem reboot that was supposed to happen with Boogie and it never
I don't
did?
think they actually were gonna do that.
No, I guess Dick actually had his heart set on it, and Boogie was kind of taking him for a ride, but then eventually he just didn't.
Boogie like can't stick to anything. Like he always changes his mind. Like every other fucking video on his YouTube channel is a channel update. And he's always like, moving forward, this is how it's gonna be. Like every fucking 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh, what a
I love
character!
Boogie. He's a legend, but he needs to figure out something and consistently do it.
Yeah. What's Boogie doing nowadays? The last I heard of him, he was shooting at somebody. That's the last real big news I heard about him.
There was that where somebody threatened him and they came to his house and he fired a warning shot. But now he just does either game reviews or like talking about gaming news, or he does like personal vlogs where he'll talk about like his mental health and weight loss and stuff.
Well, that's good if he's losing weight and is.
Oh yeah, and he does political stuff too.
Oh no! Oh
I don't know.
no!
He's just, I mean, his political beliefs come down to Trump bad. That's about all he really says.
Trump bad, liberal good.
Trump bad, settle for Biden.
I
I don't
was
conform to the two-party system, looking ass.
I was very much on the boat of settle for Biden, where I'm not that big of a fan of Biden either, but he's our best bet.
Yeah, I agree totally. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, it's a hard decision, but probably Biden. We should have a presidential debate after the election
It's the
on this
lesser of two
podcast.
evils, as they
No,
say.
no, I don't
We
want
already
another
we did that on the
presidential election.
MoCast. Me, Mo, and Robin. We had it out about the election.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it was Mo is very much on the side of the election was rigged. Trump should have won.
Oh God.
I
Does he also believe that the Capitol riots were Antifa?
I haven't heard him talk about the Capitol riots yet. We'll have to
That should have been a fucking issue.
next time we do a MoCast or next time we get him on here, I'll have to ask him about the Capitol riots.
All right.
But yeah, I think we've reached about the end of our show, and I think it's about plug time. I don't know if there's anything you want to plug, Demi.
Yeah, actually, follow my Twitter at GloomerGirl or at Demi Gloom. But Gloomer Girl is not going to get banned in the next 7 days, probably. Follow my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Demi Gloom. Did I just fucking say my name? Fuck it. follow what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm plugging everything.
That's why I said I'm not sure if there's anything you want to plug, because I knew you were.
I totally forgot. Never mind. SoundCloud.com/Demi Gloom. That's DemiGloom. Demi Gloom. And you can follow my Instagram at Demi Gloom too. So yeah. Follow Andrew's SoundCloud. He's gonna say it right now.
SoundCloud.com/XX_Sanic
I don't even fucking know my
Fats.
SoundCloud thing.
MLG Sanic, that's your SoundCloud.
No.
At least send it to me, bro.
I'll figure that out.
I'm not gonna expose you like that. You're my real homie. I'm not gonna do you like that.
I've exposed Andrew on multiple occasions.
He has.
I brought his ex-girlfriend on the show specifically to shit on him.
Yes, and if you ever bring any other ex,
it's only Alex. She's the only ex that's allowed to come on the show.
You can bring her. You can't bring any of the other ones.
I know. You've gathered yourself a crazy list of exes in your day. You're like you're like the fucking girl from Scott Pilgrim with the evil boyfriend.
Ramona Flowers.
It's only like 15. Calm down. And 10 of them don't count because I don't
How
remember
many
them.
how many fucking X's do you have if you're 15?
He has
Uh,
15 X's. He has 1 X for each year.
yeah.
I've literally only like unofficially dated people, and I'm fucking 16.
Yeah, the only time I ever like quote unquote dated someone was like when I had like a little like puppy crush girlfriend in fucking second grade.
Wow, incels unite.
I know. We have it's easy to stand when you've never been laid, as once said by a grand hero.
That's a pretty good quote.
That was Asperger. Rip Elliot too, I believe.
When's this gonna come out? On Friday or whatever?
This is coming out on Thursday.
That's pretty based. Do you ever listen to your own podcast?
Every once in a while, if there's a particularly good episode.
I'm definitely gonna just listen to this for the hell of it.
Oh yeah, I used to listen to everything I put out, but it kind of after a while it was like I was already here for this. I don't need to hear it again.
Yeah, I mean, once you listen to the same hour every
I
every
li- I,
single
I
day.
watch all my YouTube videos when they come out because they're it's always a new experience just because my editor always puts a bunch of cool stuff in.
Yeah,
But yeah, speaking of that editor, he's probably getting tired at this point. That's my attempt at a segue, everybody. I don't know if you were entertained.
Yeah, I
you
was
really don't
definitely
know how to
entertained.
conclude a podcast.
No,
No,
we've
he
done it
doesn't.
before. We just sometimes we get a little lost, but
Just tell me to fuck off and leave the call. Just
no,
do
I'm
it.
not
How
gonna
are
do that to you.
you?
We're almost done anyway. We've been doing podcasts much longer than this lately. If it runs for another fucking 5 minutes, it runs for another 5 minutes. Who gives a shit?
Fair enough.
But
Whoever's watching this and
as
wants
for
this
where
to
you can
end.
find me on the internet, there's at Riely Tweets on Twitter, at Riely Streams on Twitch, which is where I play some video games sometimes. I gotta get back into the swing of things. I've done a couple streams lately, but I have, some ongoing series that need to be continued and or concluded, namely Kingdom Hearts, where I just have to grind for the final world and then do the final world, and Final Fantasy VII, which I believe I'm like maybe 30% of the way through. It's a long game.
You play the remake or the original one?
I'm playing the original.
Is that a? Would you recommend it?
Oh, definitely. I love it.
All my friends tell me I gotta play Final Fantasy, and they say seven is the best one.
I'm very into turn-based RPGs because I'm a Pokemon kid. I have a
Same.
yeah, so
I don't know,
I
I've only ever liked Pokemon. I haven't liked any other RPGs.
yeah, I'm a big RPG guy. I really like any turn-based RPG. I'm a big fan of the Mario RPG games. Those are very good. And I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VII. And I assume I'd like some of the other ones if I ever played them, but the only one I've played is 7 so far.
Do they ever even remake any of the other ones? I've only ever heard them remake Final Fantasy VII.
Well, I'm not
They've
playing
remaked
the
other
remake
ones.
anyway, but they've remade other ones.
They've
Hmm.
remade the first one like 50 times.
Yeah. The first one is that's a little I played one of the remakes of the first one for a little bit. It just kind of felt dated compared to me having already played 7.
Final
Right.
Fantasy VII HD.
Once a game is like remade, but the remake becomes obsolete, you just want to play the original at that point.
Yeah, that holds true for me specifically for Pokemon because I much rather go back to Red and Blue than Fire Red and Leaf Green, even though
Because
I
you're
enjoy them
weird.
both.
It's like
Fire
watching
Red
the
and Leaf Green's better.
it's like watching the 2009 version of a fucking 80s horror movie. Like who cares? You know what I mean? Especially
Like
if there's like
it's
a
fine, it's
2020 version.
fine, but it's not great. So
Right.
why not just watch the original?
Right. Like it's more modern but still obsolete, but not obsolete enough to be retro or endearing.
It's in that strange middle ground where
Right.
nobody really needs to see it.
Like nobody gives a shit about anything that happened in like 2014 right now. Nothing will ever
Yeah.
be. Everything there is just obsolete, and it's not old enough to be nostalgic yet.
Well, there's
So
a
it's
couple
just
things that I feel like come back up. Like, wasn't Legend of Korra around that time? I hear people
that
bitching
was a
about
little bit.
that a
That was a
lot.
bit earlier, I think. Me personally, I have nostalgia for like 2016, but I'm a fucking young boy, so I get nostalgic about last year.
Man, I remember. I remember the coronavirus. That's pretty nostalgic.
When Shakur came out
Remember
in
when Trump was
2012.
president?
Yeah, man, what a time in our lives.
Yeah. I remember one year in elementary school, we were talking about the presidential election between Trump and Hillary, and the school voted like 80 people voted for Trump and 280 people voted for Hillary. And this girl, she sat next to me, she's like, Hillary's gonna win the election by a
Yeah, it
landslide.
was very the stats were very skewed in Hillary's direction, and that didn't really end up happening. I
Well,
actually,
Hillary was winning, but then all the Trump supporters got off of work and voted.
but the election, we actually had a party at my middle school. We had an election night party. They had we had fucking chicken parmesan, and we watched the election. It was a beautiful time.
It must have been an awkward car ride home.
For what reason?
Because Trump won. I guess depending on where you are. Where
I
I'm
don't think
from,
I don't think the election had actually found results yet, just because we were middle
oh,
schoolers and they didn't want to hold the party till fucking 4 a.m.
for
But
me, like
I think we were starting to see Trump win before we left, and we were like, "Holy shit!"
Oh
for me, like my
no.
area is so fucking liberal. Like as soon when Trump won and we came back to school, everyone was just dead silent. It was like fucking devastating.
Yeah,
I
when
I remember I was on the train. I had become like the one sole arbiter of Gary Johnson. I was like, he's gonna do it. I'm rooting for the underdog.
Well, he didn't win, right?
He did not. Truly,
no.
he. I think he literally won one county. That's the
Oh,
only thing he won was a
spoiler
single
alert.
county. Spoiler alert for the
Did
2016
you just
election.
spoil the 2016 election?
I even remember, like, it's so weird to think about elementary schools talking about the election because I
Oh
had
my
that too,
fucking
actually.
god.
I remember talking about fucking the Romney versus Obama election in like fifth grade, and like there was like some
That
stupid
was fifth
bull.
grade for you. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm
I was like
18.
18.
That was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That was third grade for me. I
That
thought it was earlier.
mathematically lines up, yes.
That was like
But
kindergarten for me.
I remember we'd make fun of Mitt Romney as if he was like one of our classmates we didn't like. We used to say that Mitt Romney sucks eggs. That's what we would say.
Wow.
Even back then, we were all liberally leaning. We were talking about how the Republican candidates sucked eggs.
Yeah, they just brainwashed you from an early age.
Man, no one talked about Carly Carson this week.
Why
Nobody
would we talk
cares.
about that shit?
Fuck that
There's
situation.
no issue. The issue is that people are mad about it.
Yeah,
Eh,
17 and 19 is not pedophilia.
that wasn't the
Yeah.
Sorry.
problem.
What was
I
the
The
mean,
problem,
grooming part
Andrew?
was the problem.
It's
was
not
there actual
grooming if they're
was there
only 2 years apart. It's two people having a romantic fucking exchange or a
yeah,
sexual exchange. Either
at that
way,
point, even if he was, I mean, that would be him being a bad boyfriend rather than grooming. I'm
Eh,
pretty sure anyone who's ever been a boyfriend has been a bad boyfriend at one point in their life. But I don't know the whole situation, so don't take my word with a grain of salt.
Have you ever
Like
did you read the DMs?
I didn't read all the DMs. I just all the only DMs that I saw were like just of sexual nature. They were like playful.
Playful.
Did he was it non-consensual? Was he like pushing
Um
her?
no, I don't think
I'm
so.
Because
hmm.
what I saw was all I heard and saw was like, you know what I mean? I didn't get full context, so it could have been whatever narrative the whoever showed me was trying to push, but all I saw was them exchanging nudes. Not I
Wait,
didn't
what?
I didn't see the nudes, but like essentially
Oh,
conversations that implied that.
oh, I wanted to see Carson's dick.
I'm sure
Yeah,
it'll
there's
leak. I'm
just
sure it'll leak. If Jared's dick leaked, Carson's dick is gonna leak.
yeah.
Carson
Let's
also
leak
did
her
say that
nudes
he
to underage
stopped talking
girls.
to her. He said he stopped talking to her. That's why all of his friends
The
were mad at
Jared
him.
situation was bullshit too. He had proof. He had receipts.
The Jared situation was, I mean, kind of still kind of fucked up that he was doing that with his fans. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think. I think the
Didn't
whole
Keem
power.
start
I
it
think the
out?
whole power dynamic shit is bullshit.
Okay, but who wants to see Pro Jared's dick? Is that what I want to know?
Yeah, I didn't want to
Who
see his dick. I'm
who
just
said, you
saying.
know what? I'm gonna log on to this chat room because I want to see Pro Jared's dick.
I really, truly, one of my biggest dreams in life is to lay eyes
I mean, of
upon
course, when I found out it leaked, I looked it
Pro
up. But
Jared of
like,
Normal Boots fame, large schlong.
his dick is like way too big because he's like kind of a like skinny guy. It just doesn't look right.
Hold
Look,
on.
if there's one man
Pro
of normal boots whose
Jared
dick I want to see, it's not
dick.
Pro Jared, okay? Look, the Gerard's beard is quite impressive. But anyway, to continue my plugs, we got off track.
We got very off track. People
We
probably just stopped listening.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, just for good measure. I'm on YouTube as Riely, which is Riely exclamation point. And then
There's no way you're gonna come up.
no, I
Probably not.
actually unfortunately it takes YouTube search engine a long time to like deal with name changes apparently because when you search that I don't come up, but when you search
Well,
my old name Riley Brooks, I do come up.
also, when you have, I don't think explanation points like actually affect the search results. So then you're basically just searching Riley, and there's probably like 50 like 9-year-olds named Riley with
Oh, that's what
No,
Minecraft
I
it
remember
emotes.
there was a
looks like.
channel. There's a channel that comes up when you search for me. It's just Riley Brooks, and it is just like a 9-year-old playing Minecraft.
Every fucking person. My name is very uncommon, but every other person I know, you can look up their name, and it's a Minecraft YouTuber.
It's fucking
Uploads like
absurd.
daily vlogs.
But yeah, and then on the podcast front, there's Pixels, Polygons, and Fun, which is the video game podcast that I've been doing for over 2 years now. The most consistent thing that I'm a part of by far. I think our last episode was like 124, maybe somewhere in that direction. And then there's Pokemon Variety Hour, which is a Pokemon podcast that I do. It's available on Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. We're sort of in a break right now. So I'm having a hard time with scheduling, but we'll get back on the train. We always do. It just takes some time. And then there's if you're listening to this on the Big Guy Little Guy YouTube channel, it's also available on the Riely Podcast Mega Feed, which also holds a lot of other podcasts that I do. Even though this podcast is predominantly what it is consisting of at the moment, but I have a new show coming down the pipe, and some of my old shows should be continuing pretty soon. And that's also available on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening on the Riely Podcast Mega Feed, consider checking out Big Guy Little Guy. I mean, there's not much. There's like 4 videos so far, but perhaps we'll get back to it someday.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it when I did it, Andrew, and it makes me sad that you don't want to do it anymore, Andrew.
I'm just tired.
What happened to Geark?
Geark left a long ass time ago. I was gonna mention it, but like
Usually
I don't
it's
remember.
Geark that drops. This time, I mean, usually it's Craig that drops. This time it was Geark. Interesting.
Oh my god, this dude can't even speak.
Fuck you. You can't
No.
speak either. You've done issues about it. You
I have no
fuck.
clue what you're talking about. When was the last time you heard me mess up my English?
Anyway, yeah,
Never.
that's all we got. My issue was sleep.
My issue was cringy ass usernames.
And my issues were Rule 34 and boring podcasts.
And thank you for listening, everybody, and we will see you next week.